Okay, so I've had a lot of resistance to coming on live here because I'm afraid of really just saying things that will really piss you off, to be honest. I'm managing that right now. And yeah, I consider myself a very strong, confident woman who doesn't really get torn up about what people think, but I'm human. And I want to share this with you. I have something to say. A lot of you are going to get super offended and you're probably never going to follow me again. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm going to come to terms with that. Not everybody can like me. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And it's mostly because I'm a really freaking strong cup of coffee. But here it is. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jen the Generator. I'm a high performance mindset coach. And I love empowering women to fully step into their power and use their voice. And that's what I'm doing today. This probably isn't going to go the way I planned. This probably isn't going to be perfect. I'm probably going to screw up and say things that, might really piss you off. But this needs to be said. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So check it out. Leadership has nothing to do with politics. Leadership has nothing to do with politics. What am I talking about? Listen, you guys, I posted something on my feed yesterday. And I posted something on my feed not about politics because I have never, not once, posted anything political on my feed. I've kept it away from it because I honestly don't think it's any of your business what I believe. I just don't. And I honestly don't care how you voted. That's your business. It's totally your business. And I don't see color. I don't see red and I don't see blue. I vote for leaders that are in service. That's how I vote. I vote for selfless, service-based leadership across the board. That's my stand. So this is what happened. I posted. So if you go to my feed later after this, you're going to see what happened. I posted a leadership quote. It just happened to be from President Joe Biden. I posted a leadership quote, okay? And it was really interesting to me because I posted it thinking, wow, what a powerful quote. Like that's an amazing thing to say, right? I loved it. It was like, freaking A, yes. Not with any intention to stir the pot politically. And what happened? Reaction. Reaction, 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 reaction. Reaction. No response, no pause. And I realized that I was going to leave it up. I was like, let's just see what happens here. And I, to be honest, I was just curious. I was like, okay, what are we going to see coming out here? And it was so revealing. I was shocked. I was shocked at the lack of ability for us as human beings to have a conversation and a respectful conversation about a topic. So this is all about leadership for me, you guys. And what I saw was just reactionary, lashing, right? And what people don't understand about leadership is leadership lives in the pause. Leadership is response, not reaction. And it was all emotional, triggery reaction down the line. And I truly believe that leadership, right? Leadership is when an event happens, right? Something happens. Leaders, this is what leaders do. They go, that's interesting. They get neutral about the event. And they then pause. That's where the wisdom lives. And then they respond, neutral, without an emotional charge. The reactive emotional charges is what tears down leadership like nothing else. It tears down countries. It tears down communities. Reactionary leadership is the way of the past. Responsive, neutral leadership is the way of the future. And this is what I want to tell you the story. I don't know if you've ever heard about it, but I put it in my eye itches live. I put it in my title, and I'm not claiming that I came up with this analogy, so please don't pretend like I'm trying to say it's mine if you've heard it before. But what I will say is it's amazing. So have you ever heard of the carrot, the egg, and the coffee bean? Carrot, the egg, and the coffee bean. This is the way of true leadership. The carrot, the egg, and the coffee bean. And this is how I think about it. So we're all in like hot water right now. Tension's high. Stress is on us. Adversity is all around us. And this is the test of true leadership right now, right this second. And when we're in hot water, and if you're an egg, let's pretend you're an egg. You get dropped in hot water. What happens to the egg? It's hard. It gets calloused, right? Nothing can permeate the egg. It's hardened. Can't hear anything. What happens if you're a carrot and you get dropped in the hot water? Carrot gets flexible and like floppy, and it doesn't have a backbone. It can't stand up to anything. It kind of crumbles under pressure. There's no structure to it. Right? Well, what if you're a coffee bean? You put a coffee bean in a pot of water, it's boiling. The coffee bean transforms the environment that it's in. It transforms the water. It's not transformed itself. It transforms those around them. It transforms the environment and actually creates something different, something unique. And that's what leadership is. Leadership is transforming the environment. It's being a positive influence on the environment around you, not being the hardened shell that can't hear other thoughts or different opinions, not being the flexible, floppy carrot that doesn't have a backbone and gets pushed over. Leadership transforms. And the way that I think about the carrot and the egg and the coffee bean is a little different. So I think about the egg being like, it's almost like being shamed. Like the egg has to like lash out and shame people and get hardened, right? Because it's their way or no way, right? And the carrot's kind of like the victim, right? Where poor me, and the victim lashes out in a way that blames other people for the circumstance. They're blaming the situation instead of taking responsibility for their life and their actions and taking responsibility to be a positive influence in the pot of water and transform the water, transform the environment, transform our freaking country. Leadership is about transformation from a neutral standpoint, non-reactive and only responsive. And I'm sorry, you might not like this, but I only vote and only can get behind leaders that are service-based and want to transform the environment. Not be a hardened shell of a person who doesn't want to hear all sides of the story. I don't want to also follow a leader who doesn't have a backbone and is flexible and gets pushed over. I want a leader that's ready to transform from a neutral standpoint and that can respond from wisdom and take a pause. And that's my stand. I'm not voting for blue or red, and I'm so sick of our country being divided by color. When the hell are we going to learn? We've been divided by color for as long as this country has existed, and we're still divided by another color. It's like, when can we understand that our differences should not divide us? Our differences should never be the disillusion of a country of love, of democracy, of a common pursuit of happiness and equality. But it always seems to get in the goddamn way. And I'm so frustrated by that. And I will tell you right now, I don't see red or blue. I see service-based leadership, and that's how I vote. I'm saying it again. And if you can get behind that, great. And if you cannot stand what I'm saying right now, that's great too. You don't have to like me. I'm not attached to it. Yeah, it's hard to see people call me fools and lash out at me because I posted a quote that I thought was powerful. Yeah, that's not easy. But guess what? I'm ready, and I'm strong enough to withstand that. This is how I feel. This is my truth. It doesn't have to be your truth. That's the beauty of our country. We can have different truths. We can have different opinions, and our differences should never divide us. And our leadership has to be neutral, and it has to be willing to respond instead of react. And that's what I was posting about. So no, I am not foolish, and I'm not a fool. So whoever wanted to name call, that's not the truth at all. The truth of the matter is that I have pause. I respond, and that's how I choose to show up. And those are the leaders that I choose to vote for, the ones that respond and not react. This isn't blue, this isn't red, this isn't green, this isn't, Republican or Democrat. This is just leadership. Okay, there's my rant. If you have something to say about leadership, welcome it. If you have something to say nasty on this thread, I will delete you. But please know, I'm not quieting your voice. I'm just making sure there's no hate pushing out on social media, because we've got enough of that. And that's not where I stand. So there it is. Peace.